Hello,
Hey,
everyone. How you doing, James?
I'm doing fantastic. Yes,
Fantastic. That is
yes,
really, really great news. So
yeah.
yeah, we are here to do a few bits and pieces here about the obviously the Nottingham Video Games Expo.
Yes.
We're going to be announcing our next guest. So we've actually got three lined up.
Hmm.
Three, but we're going to announce the second one today, as well as go through a few questions and answers. Obviously, if there's any questions you want to kind of ask us whilst we're live, do drop a little thing in the comments box, and we will endeavour to answer it for you. But
Indeed.
yeah, so it has really gone pretty mental over the last week, I'd say.
Yes. Our
Yeah.
phones were beeping away, weren't they? And when we was
Mm.
actually at the event, people were purchasing tickets while we was in there getting the last thing set before we see each other in December.
I know, I can't believe that. So yeah, we were up there on Saturday.
Mhm.
We were kind of doing audio tests, video tests on the screens there.
Yep.
I think we've got it pretty nailed. Um,
Yep.
yeah, it was good just to kind of run through it one more time, really, just to make sure it's how we want it. There's a few things I think we wanted to tweak in the kind of video area, hoping
Mhm.
hoping to resolve a couple little bits and pieces.
Yep.
But yeah, no, we paid the deposit for the place, which wow,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not a cheap expense.
No.
But yeah, yeah, it's gone pretty damn crazy since we kind of announced the first guest, really. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it was going crazy anyway, but it blew up straight after that even more.
Yes, yeah, it did. I mean, and the guests as well, they retweeted it
Mm.
and everyone got involved then. So David Wise was our first guest from Rare. So fantastic to have that composer on board both days, the weekend. So that was the first of three, or maybe there might be more, but
Oh, could be
who knows?
more.
Who knows? But
Absolutely,
yeah,
yeah.
like you said, Alex, when we went to the venue, we did our tests because we wanted to test as well what the microphones and the sounds were like for these guests. So we
Yes.
was on stage, we was walking around the venue, the hall, just seeing how it sounds, and it sounded pretty all right, didn't it?
Yeah, no, really, really did actually. We got up on stage, and that's when it felt a little bit more real.
Yeah.
Um, even though there was like only one or two people lurking around because the venue was empty. Yeah, no, it felt quite real, and it was like, okay, so well, I'll show you. Look on the website right now. 52 days to go.
Wow.
We're that close now.
Gosh,
It, I know. I'm actually quite nervous now.
you don't
I
need to be
never.
nervous. I'm with you,
Yeah, I know, mate. To
and the
be fair,
community's there.
I know, and like I said, from all the good feedback and everything, I don't know why I'm nervous. I think it's kind of more excitement than it is nerves now.
Yeah.
To be fair, got a nice little comment here from JB. Evening, chaps. How are you
Good
doing,
evening. How you doing,
JB?
JB? But yeah,
Um,
like you say, when we stepped up on the stage, just if you like close your eyes, you could have pictured it
mm,
packed and people
yeah.
walking around and the stage with the gaming that we tested because we tried Mario Kart, didn't we? On the stage
Oh yes.
behind, we tested it and it looks great, plays great, no input lag at all.
No.
So yeah, it's going to be good because, like we say, Nintendo Nottingham are going to be doing a tournament on stage, the final for that. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, we tested some stuff on stage. We do have a kind of a lineup for the stage. We're not going to announce that today.
No.
We'll announce that with our third guest on our next stream. I'm
Mhm.
not sure if that will be next week or the week after, but we'll keep an eye on the socials. We'll pump that out as soon as we're going to go live with that, or to announce the next one. But yeah, and then we'll do a lineup at the same time.
Mhm.
So yes, very quiet in the chat this evening, but that's
All right.
fine. That doesn't matter. But yes, do you think it's time to announce the next guest?
Well, let me get that all refreshed and everything for you. So let's get
Okay,
that
mate.
publicized so nobody else sees it before you do. But if
Absolutely.
people are on the website right now, they may see it. But if
Mhm.
you give it a quick refresh, it may start to appear.
Let's click on the old guest speakers. Here we go. So obviously Retro, we know they're hosting the stage. So is he going to be right at the top?
Not at the top, it'll be underneath David Wise.
Hey, so obviously David Wise was the one we announced last week. And the next one, here we go,
Hey,
Graham Norgate. So tell
wow.
us a little bit about Graham Norgate.
Yeah, so Graham Norgate, if you know games like GoldenEye 007, Blast Corps, Donkey Kong Land, Perfect Dark, Diddy Kong Racing, he was the composer for those sort of games. So yeah, I think
Oh man.
those games, GoldenEye. How many of us have actually listened to that soundtrack and Killer Instinct?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, well, and Perfect Dark. I mean,
Yeah,
you got to think when people play GoldenEye, they generally have probably played Perfect Dark as well. I
yeah.
mean, my God, how awesome is this? A nice pairing on the stage. You absolutely cannot deny.
Yeah, I mean some of the music that we've had from both these gentlemen, it's like they are in everyone's, like we said earlier for David's one, in everyone's top soundtracks. So like
Yeah,
I can listen to the GoldenEye soundtrack all day. And the same with say Blast Corps, playing through that game on the N64 was incredible, with the actual visuals and the music and sound for that as well was absolutely incredible. And
brilliant.
he then moved on to Crytek and then Free Radical Designs. So with those game publishers and developers as well, Graham Norgate is going to have such an insight to the gaming throughout the latter part of the N64 and the more modern consoles as well and games.
Absolutely. And Crytek is still based in Nottingham, isn't it?
I think
Are they still
Crytek,
there?
well, I think it's called like Dumpster or something else now, or Deep
No, I
Silver
think,
Dumpster or
is
Crytek.
it?
But
I
I
swear
think
Crytek was still a thing.
I can't remember. I
I'm
know
pretty
Crytek
sure it
used to
is.
be. They used to be the game engine, didn't it? And they made Crisis, so that was the benchmark of all games back then. All
Hmm,
PCs, will it run?
yeah.
But yeah, it's a good second announced guess, isn't it, Al?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I cannot deny that. When you told me who they were, obviously I knew about David anyway. And then you just recently you were like, oh yeah, we got Graham Norgate as well. I was like, really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
So yeah, I mean, absolutely. And like I said, obviously I can't announce the third guest yet, but
Not yet.
my God, this is shaping up to be quite the guest lineup.
It is.
It
Yeah, I
absolutely is.
mean,
Now,
it's like you said in the first one, Alex. It's not
mhm,
when people think of guests, they don't necessarily get the people that made the games atmospheric. Because
yes,
for these games, having that sort of music behind you, playing the game, that's kind of building the experience. So, let's say facility level on GoldenEye, that sort of music, or starting off at the dam level, and just getting into the games such as Killer Instinct, the title screen for Killer Instinct, the music and the main menu screens, all powerful and pumping music to get you into the fighting mood. So yeah, it's I'm pleased to have two great guys from Rare joining the panel across the weekend and talking to everyone that's sitting down in the arena floor area on the seats that we have set up, and then just having a general chit chat on the Sunday as well. So it should be amazing.
absolutely. And like we were saying on the stream prior to this one, was that they're open to signing a few bits and pieces. They can be kind of walking around. So if you want to go up and grab a picture of them, you can absolutely do that. They I think they were almost pretty honoured to come to an event like this because, like you said, they don't necessarily go to many of these events, if
No,
really any at all. So I think they were, yeah, and they were pretty honoured. And to be fair, we're honoured to have them absolutely at our first event, for crying out loud. I mean, you know,
exactly. Getting Rare at your first event is not too bad going, is it?
no,
And two great people making the games, feel and the experience of them. And
absolutely.
like you said, it's they're honoured to be there. We're honoured to have them, and it's just gonna be great because they're local. Rare was a local firm, and they're local composers. So it's great to have it within the local community. That's what we're trying to do as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, like I said, great to have them here. Obviously, Graham and David are both going to be there on both days. Now, obviously, we have got a bit of a Q&A as well. We've
Mhm.
had a couple different questions come in. Let me just
Oh, here we
we
go.
hide the
What are the questions that
let's
we've had
hide
come
the
in?
banners a sec. Hold on, eh?
Okay.
There we go. Right, here we go. So yes, there has been quite a few questions coming up. Actually, I'm going to leave up. Well, this will stay up there just for a little bit, just so people
Mhm.
know who else is coming. So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions
Wow.
since the last stream. Am I correct
Yeah.
in saying that?
Correct in
Um,
saying yes.
yeah,
A mad rush on the old Facebook, wasn't it, the other day when a post went out and it just went crazy
it did.
within the local community, and people were talking about it, tagging people in it, sharing it with their friends and family, and just discussing what the event's going to be. And then soon after that, tickets were then starting to flow. So it's Yeah, it's good. So what was that? Another question? Oh, is that
Oh
a
yeah, two
comment?
great composers. Really looking forward to their talks. Will there also be speakers from other disciplines, aka programming, art, production? Well. Hey, we we can't answer that right now.
We can't.
But all I will say is wait for the next guest announcement, and hopefully you'll be happy. That's all.
Ple-
That's all I'll say.
Pleasantly surprised with
Pleasantly surprised. Exactly right. I believe. Well, I think it's free guests as it stands. It could be. It could be growing though.
it's
But
free
obviously,
guests.
yeah.
No, it's like you say, it's free guests that are currently at the moment, but it could be increasing. And we do have a couple of other guests that might be there as well to join um, the team on stage and stuff. But we will announce all that later on as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully, I know I can't really answer the question, but just let me say you will be happy. That's all I'm going to say. So yeah, thank you very much for the question, Stephen. Absolutely. Right. So here is one of the ones from Facebook. So Leanne from Facebook asks, "Is this just for kids, or is it adults too? I mean, ultimately, we're all kids at heart, aren't we? You know."
Mhm.
But yeah, no, it is for anyone. Obviously, ticket price is different. It's from a fiver, so the kids are a fiver, so it's under the age of 13 or 14, I believe. But obviously, check T's and C's on the Eventbrite, the ticket website. But adults is a tenner, which really, let's face it, it's not a lot really. I mean, you know, most costers cost more than a fiver, so you know. But yeah, no, it is for the whole family. Anyone can come along to the event. Obviously, I wouldn't say leave a toddler on their own to come in and just check out the event. You're not going to do that. But we would say, obviously, if you've got the younger kids, probably advisable to have adults around just because of the amount of people walking around. But yeah, it is open to everyone. It's open to, you know, at the end of the day, not necessarily many smaller children would even necessarily know Rare until they go to events like this. But maybe you've taught them well and they know things like GoldenEye. So maybe they will know Rare. But yeah, so hopefully that's answered your question. It's not just for kids, adults as well. Yeah, it's all ages. Absolutely
Very
all
well said.
ages.
Yeah.
Got another...
Speaking of GoldenEye behind you, Alec, what's that I see
Hey,
behind you on the camera?
oh this.
What's that thing?
Hey, there it is. So
Oh,
this is kind of like a this was a
wow.
mock-up of the cancelled GoldenEye remake, essentially, but was
Is that
meant
the
to
better
become...
one?
Yes, this is the one you actually want to play. There's a back to it as well. It's not just the front.
Whoa.
There you go.
See, and then we can get to ask. I mean, don't know if Graham actually worked on that part of it. That could be a good subject to talk about, couldn't it, as well?
Exactly. To be fair, I'm
Why
not
it got
actually
cancelled?
entirely sure. It does obviously say Rare, but I don't know. That would be interesting. I might take this
Yeah.
along actually and find out.
Get him to sign it.
Yeah, yeah, a good idea. Let's pop that there. There we go. Oh, actually, then you've got the actual GoldenEye right
Oh, get him
there.
to sign that as well.
Take it all along, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that's answered the question in regards to is it for the whole family? Yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
It's not just for kids. Then, so we got another question here from Craig.
Okay.
Craig from Facebook asks, "Can I sell my Sega stuff there? Amazing condition.
Oh,
If
well,
you are a trader,
there's still
absolutely.
one table left, isn't there? For the
There is
Sunday
still...
only.
Correct. Currently, as it stands, to be fair, no matter what, there will only be one table left at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to be a vendor for the Sunday, there is an option for that. Obviously, you need to reach out to us via, I think, can you still do it on the website, or did we close it down? Did we shut that part of the
That
trader
part's still,
registration?
I mean, that part's still available to register your interest. So we just,
Okay.
if you do want to be a trader, as in have a table to then sell to people there,
Yeah.
then that's what that form is for. There'll be no other way for you to sell your stuff. You just have to have a table there. You can't just go round and start trying to flog your items to anyone. You just have to
No.
have a table at the venue at the event to sell your items.
Yes. Yeah, you absolutely can't just go around trying to sell your goods there. Everyone has paid to be there in regards to traders. That would just be totally unfair if someone just walks in and tries to start selling stuff.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we would have to ask you to leave
Yeah.
or cease doing what you're doing.
Yeah. Or just pay for a table if that Sunday's still free. If you're
Correct.
selling your things, then have a table there to sell your things,
Yeah.
regardless of how much stuff you have. To be a trader, you have to have that table.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, obviously, trader and group registrations are still available on here. So if you do want to register interest, you can do it. Just go to knotsvg.com, click on FAQs, and click be part of the event. And as soon as you pop that in there, that'll go straight into our inbox, and we'll be able to be in contact with you. So yeah,
Filter it through the lots of people that are still on the waiting list. So,
absolutely. To be fair, there are still a lot of people on the backlog. So you know, at this point, like I said, it is filled apart from one day on Sunday, and it's one table left. If you're interested, do reach out. But obviously, that's literally it as it stands.
yeah.
So thanks for the question,
Cheers.
or possibly kind of a statement. So Jack here from Facebook says, I have a paper printout ticket. Will that be okay? Absolutely. There's no reason you can't do that. Now, obviously, all of the tickets will have QR codes on them, I believe, and that's
Yep.
the way we can then use the app that we have access to as the organisers to then basically go through the queue. And as we go, we'll have to do it in twos, just because one person will be scanning, one person will be handing out the actual wristbands.
Yes.
We're basically having wristbands. It's just so that, like we said before, you can exit the event and come back into the event on the same day, as long as you've got your wristband. So if you do leave, don't take off your wristband if you think you're going to come back, because that's proof that you've already paid. You've been, you've got your band. So yeah, do make sure to do
I
that.
mean,
But yeah, go on.
yeah, everyone normally leaves wristbands on till the next morning. They wake up in the shower and they've still got it on, when
True.
you go to these festivals and events. But yeah, so
Yeah.
keep you, like Alex says, keep your wristband on. It allows you to access the venue for the hall for that day that you've got the ticket for. You might have just wanted to go around and get that game straight away at the start and then just chill out in the bar. And
Yeah.
you've got that wristband, then you think, "Oh, actually, some traders might be starting to sell off some games a little bit more cheaper as the night draws to an end, and you go back in there, you can still do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we can absolutely take a paper printout of a ticket, because if you don't have, if put it this way, if you are younger in the child variety, let's say, then you've been given a printout by your parents.
Yeah.
That's all you've got. You haven't necessarily got a phone. Not everyone has a phone, or whoever it is. If you've got a paper thing, absolutely fine. We can scan it. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah,
Um,
so on to the printouts again as well. If there is any issues with the type of printout as well, so if it's printed out and it doesn't work, or the print ink doesn't look
yeah,
fine, because sometimes barcodes and QR codes don't always work well on a printer, we have everyone's tickets anyway
yeah.
stored on the app that we have. So when we can just match the numbers, the names, and everything, then we can still check you in and give you your wristband. So as long as you have your printout there, if it's not working for any sort of reason, we could match it with the tickets that are sold as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have actually got a live question coming here from Jack.
Cool.
Good to see you again, Jack. Jack says, "Evening, guys. Do you have a timetable for the Q&A with celebrities for the Sunday?" We do have a timetable, but we're not announcing it on this stream.
Correct.
It will be on stream number 3, let's call it,
Mhm.
when the third guest gets announced. So obviously, if you don't subscribe here, or if you don't follow on Twitter, or Discord, or any of our socials, or Facebook, I would say do that, so you know when we're going live. So when we do announce the timetable, it will be on here, and it will obviously be on the website as soon as we stream. So we're not
Yeah,
putting it live before then. It's when we do the actual stream. So if you
correct.
don't subscribe, do to any of our channels, aka YouTube, Discord, etc., make sure to do that. And then when we do drop it, you'll know it will all be all there. So thank you
That's
for the
it.
question.
Yeah, exactly. And Alex says the schedule, the timetable will show each section
Yes.
of the. So if you're just wanting to find out about the timetable for the guests on stage, then there'll be that in this certain section. So, or if you just wanted to find out when certain games and stuff were taking place, that'll be on there as well. But we'll announce that, like Alex says, on our next guest announcement.
Yeah, and this is the thing, because a lot of events I go to, but MCM being one of them, is they're not very good at showing timetables or schedules. You can be at the event and you'll see some posters there, which will probably will have there as well. But the idea is that you kind of want it on your phone as well, so you're not necessarily hunting for it. So yes, it will be on the website. You can check it on there. So it's all covers. All bases covered. There you go. Got my words out. Yeah, it will all be there, and we'll announce it soon. Cool. So thank you very much for the question. Next one, another Facebook one.
Okay.
Here we go. Ellie from Facebook asks, "What age would you say this is suitable from? As didn't know if it was too old for my 8-year-old."
Wow.
Oh, or does that mean too old as in the event Kate is too much for adults? I would say maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we could answer it either way, really, couldn't we? So if they felt that the event was more based on the younger children, like the previous person asks, it's not. It's for everyone. There'll be sort of things that catch the eyes of children as well, like the Pokemon trading cards and Pokemon games. There'll be key rings, plushies, tank pops to be sold. So anything could catch their eye, or even the gaming area. They see Sonic the Hedgehog, they see Mario. They're relevant at the moment. So
yes.
A lot of games are under 13 years as well that can be played, or under 8 years. But for the younger audience, there should be something there to cater them as well. Even if it's just to take them out of the house for a couple of hours and just, make them tired and run them around, and then that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, we've tried to make it family friendly, so anyone can come along. The whole family can come along. And to be fair, a lot of the tickets sold, the high proportion are families. We're seeing all ages. So that's great. And like you said, we're not going to have a game like, I don't know, Resident Evil or something streaming on the stage, because we just know not technically probably it's not what the event's there for.
No.
Whereas we'll have Mario Kart, etc., etc. So yeah, absolutely, the event is not for. Don't think this is just for adults. It's for everyone. So hopefully that's
not just for adults, not just for kids. And the venue itself will have other areas that you can go to as well, like the bar area, or even the family sort of gaming area to chill out with a tea, a pizza, or whatever. So
God, I love those pizzas, mate.
We've tested those pizzas, haven't we?
We have. We tested them on Saturday, and
pizzas are there.
They are absolutely there. Yeah, no, that, to be fair, it was good. So thank you very much for that question.
Thank you.
Next one, another Facebook one. Like we said, these are pretty much all from Facebook, just because Facebook blew up as soon as it was kind of first guest and everything was announced. So Anna from Facebook asks, Mortal Kombat tournaments?
Is it Mortal Kombat or is it Mario Kart? What do you think?
MK? Oh, good point, actually.
Because when I first saw that, I went straight to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, so did I.
Or is it they're thinking Mario Kart? Well, we know that there's Mario Kart.
Yeah, so Mario Kart is a definite. We're not saying Mortal Kombat isn't playable on anything there. But in regards to actual tournaments, yes, Mario Kart, absolutely. It's giving me a tournament. Is the tournament both days?
Yeah, there's a separate tournament across both days.
Yeah.
So there'll be a winner crowned on Saturday and a winner crowned on Sunday.
Yeah.
Or if not, they'll just extend you've won Saturday, there's another thing happening on Sunday. So Nintendo Nottingham are running that. So once we hear from them or their schedule that we're going to announce on the next stream, that'll be on there as well. So it'll be a case of what their plans are for Saturday, what the plans are for Sunday. That'll be on the site as well.
Yeah.
But if it's Mortal Kombat tournaments, it's a bit gory. It's a bit violent. It may be on a gaming. It may be in the gaming area. There might be a Mortal Kombat being displayed there. Maybe a reduced blood or something different, a sort of friendship sort of version. But who knows? But if it's Mortal Kombat, I don't think it's going to be a tournament. But we're certain that the Mario Kart is going to be there for the tournament.
Absolutely. And we've got to thank Nintendo Nottingham for getting involved. That was a big thing to bring to the event. So yeah, glad to absolutely have them there. Good question. Next one. Another Facebook question. Is it possible to vend at the event? We're a store based in Nottingham that specializes in TCG, trading card games, such as Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. Absolutely. You can. And all you need to do if you want to register, like we said, we have at this point only got one table. Go to obviously notsvg.com. Go straight to the FAQ bit where it says be part of the event, and it will take you straight to the first bit on here is trader registration. So if you do fancy being a vendor at the event, fill that in, and we'll be in touch pretty much as soon as you pop that in. But like we said, there is a waiting list, so it would entirely depend on what day, what you were really looking for, because the people in the waiting list currently, they wanted 2 tables each, which obviously we can't currently cater for. So there's 1 table going, and it is just for the Sunday. So if you do want to, please do reach out to us. Obviously, this video and everything, the link will all be on Facebook. So if you have left a message on Facebook, hopefully you'll see the answer there within this video. And so absolutely you can do that.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the waiting list. So if people say they wanted 2 tables and just Saturday, and if there's somebody that just wants a Sunday that you've mentioned, then we would then give that to the Sunday person over the people that want 2 tables on Saturday, sort of thing. So, just put your requests in, and we'll try and cater for those if there is availability. If there's not, then you'll be added to. If we do a future event, we'll message you and say, look, thanks for showing an interest in that first event. We could be doing our second event. So, would you like to do that? Come along to that one.
Absolutely, yeah. So that's another great question. Little thing here just says green blood.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. I mean, like we said, we're not saying that Mortal Kombat won't be there. There will be a variety of games, and again, I'm not even saying Resident Evil won't be there, but it's on the stage, on the big screen. It will be Mario Kart, or anything related to the panels going on. There are 2 screens there. The other screen is going to be used by the Center for. I always get this wrong.
He did it. Center for Computing History.
There it is. We don't know what they'll be putting on there yet. I believe. So once we know, obviously all of this, like we said, will be on the schedules and all that sort of stuff, full lineup. I'll also be doing a video, kind of a refresher. As soon as we've announced all 3 guests, we've got the full lineup, everything. I'll do in a quick rundown video. I'll try and get it under like 5 minutes. Probably won't even be that long, just so you know everything there, quick and precise. But obviously, that's only once we've done the or announced the third guest. So that's pretty much it for tonight. I mean, there's no other questions flying through at the moment. Well, I think we've answered all the Q&A. Q&A. Sorry, blindsided there. I was looking at the other
don't worry
screen.
about it. No, like you said, with your bite-sized one that you're going to do as well, once all the guests have been announced, we do plan to maybe do a couple of other ones, like some spotlights of some traders. So we'll just go through a deep dive into the actual traders and groups that's going to be there to the build up to the event. So if, say, Nintendo Nottingham or the Dreamcast Junkyard guys wanted to be there and join that chat to answer any questions what they may have on their table, then by all means, we'll try and get them in the chat as well. So if you're thinking, is Shenmue going to be there? Is Spirit of Speed going to be there on the Dreamcast section? Then they'll answer all that for you. JB is based in Bulwell. Very good. I visited Bulwell to do a video on my YouTube channel about a gaming shop that you've got there. So so basically down the road you can get a public transport directly to the venue, and that's all it's all on the website and the FAQ pages how to get there from the city centre of Nottingham. So
absolutely. Awesome. So if you're based in Bulwell, then hop on down. I mean, obviously I'd say get the tickets before the event, because we don't think we're going to go down the route of we're not going to sell tickets on the door via card, for example, because it's a big expense. But we don't, because we've tried to give everything into this event in regards to not really making a lot from it. It's not really why we're doing it. We're doing it because we want to kind of give to the community. It's our first event. We just want to be like, yes, look at this. Look at our guests. Look at the traders.
I mean, how the tickets are selling, it's highly unlikely we will have any left for the door anyway.
True.
So it's a case of, if you've got your ticket, that's secured. And if there is in any way, shape or form any left on the day, because we're talking about safety for people as well walking around. We don't want to cram everybody in. So it's a case of if we're happy with how many we've sold online, and then if there's a few spaces left that we could probably get people in to be safe in there, then by all means we may sell at the door, but only by cash only, because we can't do
Yeah,
it by card, because it's like Alex says, it's too expensive for us to set up a card reader, start using people's cards and stuff like that on the door.
yeah, absolutely. Um, Yes, correct. So it's just for ease of getting the event. We could, because at the end of the day, we want to be able to kind of walking around, kind of just, we just want to be involved in it as well, in the sense of we just want to hope everyone's having a good time. And we have got a couple volunteers.
We do.
The venue themselves have also said, they'll have a couple people staff there for us as well. So, we just want to be able to get involved, come say hi, come up and say hi to us if you want. No, we'll
Well,
happily talk to you about games. Christ.
yeah, I mean, when we did we did have a volunteer sign up section on the site, and that soon got filled,
Yes.
so that's
Yes.
covered. So thank you for everyone that did ask to become a volunteer. That's all been dealt
Yeah.
with now. We've got those people that's going to be at hand for the weekend to help us. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's our first time at doing this. There's going to be lots of learns. There's going to be lots of feedback. We've already had some feedback and comments and things like that, which we will then discuss on the next live Q&A.
Yeah.
So we've got another question come through as well whilst we're here as well. I don't know if you've seen that, Alex.
The one that I've already. Oh no. Here we go. Which pizza did you guys have?
Go on, Alex. What pizza did we have?
We had pepperoni pizza.
We did. Yes, we had the pepperoni pizza. So there's a couple of
Yeah.
options. There's margarita,
Yeah.
pepperoni, and what else was there? I think that was
Hawaiian.
it, wasn't it?
Hawaiian.
Hawaiian.
Pineapple.
Yeah, Hawaiian. Yeah. So there's
Pineapple and
three
ham.
three choices of pizza, two different sizes as well. So we went for the smaller size pizza, but there is
Yeah.
the alternative bigger size pizza because we was going out for some food afterwards,
Well,
Alex,
this
weren't
was
we?
it. We had already planned to go out elsewhere for food, but we kind of, once we finished doing our testing, etc., we were like, oh, let's have a drink, yeah. So
Yeah.
we had a drink. Kind of checked out the venue a little bit more. Um, Kind of looked around, found this other room which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we were in the bar and we were like, let's have some
Let's
pizza. Let's try it out and see what it's all about, because ultimately, you guys are going to be eating it, so we kind of wanted to do a taste test, and we're pretty happy with it.
Yeah, we was happy with it, and the fact is they serve it at the venue, so you don't have to
Correct.
leave. So you can get
Yes.
yourself a pizza, large or small, and then the drinks at the bar, the bar snacks as well. And
Yes.
there, like we've mentioned on the website as well, there is other places you can go for food outside, so like the chip shop, local restaurants as well. So it's all there. So hopefully now that the pizzas have pineapple in and that you're in, you get yourself your tickets and come down for it as well. So we can't wait to see you there for our
Yes.
event in December.
Absolutely, JB. So yeah, that's it. We are going to finish up there. Nice, like you said, we were going to keep this. Most of these streams we want to keep kind of short. We don't want them to be too long. We want to be pretty precise.
Yep.
But this was about telling you about the next guest. So Graham Norgate, another rare one. Yeah, it's shaping up to be a rare event.
It is.
But yeah, the other one is lined up. And will be announced. I believe it could be next week. If it's not next week, it'll be the week after. I'm feeling like it probably will be next week.
Well, if it's not next week, we use that opportunity for, say, either announcing something else that we're going
Yes.
to put on the website. But last week or last stream, we announced the floor plan. So go and check that out on the website if you haven't seen it already. We've shown you where everyone's going to be located. So yeah, go check that out on the site.
Absolutely. So it's all shaping up, man.
I can't wait. I really can't wait.
I'm so, like I said, I am kind of nervous. It's more apprehension in the sense of I'm excited. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's because it's all of those months and months of pulling our hair out. Not pulling our hair out, to be fair. It's been exciting, but it's
it's going to be worth it, regardless of how
yes.
well or how it doesn't go. We can be happy to say, look, we've planned it, we've gave it a go. People are here, people are buying tickets, people are turning up. We've got an event, so we just hope everyone enjoys it.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, we want this to become a thing. I think not. I think I know. But obviously we can't really announce any more plans yet.
Yeah.
There could be stuff in the pipeline. Who knows? Hey, can't answer that. But you know,
to that other question that was asked earlier, we that'll be on the next stream. So when we answer that one,
was this in regards to the lineup?
the speakers, yeah, the lineup, yeah. So that'll be planning on our next stream when we do the next guest speaker.
Perfect. And JB says looking forward to it. Thank you very much. And obviously, yeah, thank you for everyone who's been in the stream this evening asking questions just here. But yeah, and obviously everyone who's going to catch up with the video a bit later on. Thanks for obviously watching and obviously purchasing your tickets if you haven't already. Do go to knotsvg.com where you can get your tickets from as low as £5. That's right. So do that.
That's it. One more thing before you do your sign off out. If you do put any comments in this video or any previous videos or any questions, we'll try and read those out in future ones as well. No matter where you put your question, Discord will be there live. So, you know, if you have a question in Discord, you can ask us directly in there. We'll then read it out to everybody on the next one. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we're on everywhere. So if you've got a question and you put it on any of our platforms, we'll get it answered in the next live stream.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, love that Jaguar hat in the background.
Yeah.
That is great. Do the math, mate.
Do the math.
Do the math.
They'll be there.
Yeah, they will be there. Exactly. That's another one. There you go. See, another thing right there. Do the math. If you are an Atari Jaguar fan, who isn't, by the way, because hold on. Oh, here it is. This is the game that you should have, mate.
I will get it.
There it is. Yeah. To be fair, it's one of my favorite games. And when I saw it on the Jaguar, I was like, yeah, I probably should get this. Anyway, let's finish out up here. Like I said, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. As always, do follow us wherever you can on It's Much More and also Games Re-Up YouTube channels. All of our socials, obviously, NotsVGE on Twitter, Discord, Instagram, Facebook, all on all of those. So if you've got any questions, you know, obviously go to the website, or if you just want to ask us a question, go to any of those, drop it in the post, drop it in the videos. We'll endeavor to answer them either in these type of videos or straight on the social media platforms they're asking us. So as always, like, comment, and subscribe. There it is.
That's it.
And we'll see you all soon.
Take care.
See you
later.
later.
All the best. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.